Hey guys, welcome back to DMAC Customs on the YouTube. Dave here in the garage, Area 51. Yeah, okay. So, coils. I've got to mount these coils on the old LS1 in the boiler room over there. But if you go back a few videos, quite a few, I mounted them originally, was going to relocate them onto the chassis rails. Well, didn't pan out because I've moved the motor and roll-on effect. There's all these things that can't happen now because I reset my pinion angle on my engine, sort of my engine driveline angle, I should say. So, got a new plan. Let's get at it. Okay, so if you know these LS engines, the coils are normally mounted on top of these rocker covers down here, right? So if you know these engines, that's where they go. And they're ugly. And unless you got some nice kind of covers to kind of cover that kind of mess up, you end up with those, you know, coils and wires and stuff. And on this engine, when it came in like a SS Commodore, it had this big tortoise shell cover, like the Corvette style, or kind of like Corvette style covers that covered them all up. They're ugly too. So I want to cover those up, and I was going to put the coils back there in the original position where the you know, original placement was, sort of thing. But that complicates things with my AN fittings on my fuel lines and possibly where I've set my alternator. Oh no, that was alright, I think. Yeah, no, that would have been alright to go there, but yeah, I might have got messed up with that AN fitting and stuff. But don't worry about that. But when I was planning on moving the coils and that onto the chassis rails, I didn't have the body on the car, and I thought, oh yeah, sweet. Now the body's on the car, I've got a new idea. Now in here, in my boxes of stuff, got some of those thingammy jigs, is these two coil relocation kind of brackets that I got them from Summit Racing way back when I ordered a bunch of parts and bits and pieces for this probably 3-4 years ago. And they were a little spendy, to be fair, for what they are. They are essentially just two bits of angled aluminium, like laser cut in such a way that they go like that, and yeah, some holes drilled in them and some long bolts and some spacers. So they're quite simple. You could make these pretty easy if you really wanted to. So I got two sets of those, or two of those, one for each bank, and I'll show you. Hang on, we'll get some lights on and things like that. So what I'm thinking is mounting these relocation brackets on their toe board up under there. So my leads will then just come out and come directly to my plugs on each side. I'm pretty sure I've got a clear run for both of them. So even on this side here, if I've got that coil bracket mounted up on here, I can then, you know, run my leads pretty much straight to my plugs. Well, that one goes on a different angle. Hopefully my leads are long enough. Yeah, so what I got to do before I go too far is get the front of this thing back up in the air so I can get up underneath there and have a look-see and see how much room I've got, pull a lead out and see whether I've got enough length in the leads that I've got. They are the leads I bought ones for, these are Summit Racing. It's the 867841. That's the part number, and they're just a like a universal kind of LS lead, I guess. I can't really remember now what I actually ordered. They come with some dividery clip things and boots. They're the plug end, I think, are they? Yeah, and that's a coil end. So I need one of those to figure out whether they're going to be long enough. So that's, well, she might not be. Maybe. She might, but she might be tight. I have to have a look once I get a boot on there. I'll have to see if they're all the same length. I think they are. So we'll pull those out for a start, and then we can get our kind of benchmark for our total length. I could even crimp one of these on, and then I know exactly, you know, what we're working with. Hey guys, okay, so I went through all of my plug leads. They're all pretty much the same as each other. They might have a couple of millimeters here or there, but nothing to write home about. So, but anyway, I'll put a boot on one, crimp it, and then that'll be my kind of longest side for now, and then I can see whether this is even going to work with the leads I've got. The other 6 should be alright, but it's cylinders number 1 and number 2 that I'm kind of more concerned of whether I'll get enough reach. So we'll have to have a look at that. But anyway, this is the kit that you get. That's this lead kit with that part number that I read out before. You get one of those vice style crimps, all the terminals, the long boots, silicon boots, and then the coil end boot as well. And yeah, I have got some heat shields to go on these as well, which I will, I don't know whether you put them on first or after. I'd say after, wouldn't you? Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to crimp one of these, so I'm going to try putting the boot on first and feeding it all the way through, then crimping it, and see how we get on with that. Got some, they say to use dielectric grease. Oh shit, but this is my silicone grease, which has got a split in the thing of it. And I'll just chuck some in there. See if I can get this to go in there nice and easy. And these are a mission to do. There must be a simpler way. Maybe I would be better off crimping it, and then that way I only have to push it that far through, not feed it all the way through. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll crimp it, and then we'll do that part. Apparently, got to bend these to about 90 degrees. Don't know why they don't come like that, but yeah, you know. And then fold that back. Feed that into there. I'll put that right on the bottom. Just about there, I guess. And then we put it into this thing. Which I'm not sure which way it goes. And you put it in like that, and then we'll put it in the vise. Now, hang on. Turn that round so these 2 tabs are at the top, like that. Then we put it in the vise. Just squeeze that up until the doesn't squeeze no more. And that should be it. Just like that. Alright, hopefully that's all good. Now we'll try and get the boot on. Take a seat. This is really tricky. Let's get these on all the way. It's hard to tell how far in they are too. I might need some kind of measuring device. Figure out how far in I need to get this thing, because man, they're a mission to get in. Okay, so I need to get it in just short of that little lightning bolt, so about 2.5 inches, I guess, to get to about there-ish. Alright, have another crack at it. Get a good glob in there. And get some around that as well. and take 2. Wrong way. Okay, I'll persevere with this. No point you guys watching me get frustrated and swear and carry on, but kind of get it so far and it just kind of gets stuck. So we still got to get about that much more to go in. Hey guys, so finally got this boot on. I tried silicone grease, I tried lithium grease, and in the end I used Morning Fresh dishwashing liquid, but there's so much silicone grease and crap in there anyway as well now. The only way I could get them to slide on was with dishwashing liquid, and that actually went on quite easy. I've been struggling for probably close to an hour to get this one boot on. I think I managed to, I tried it without the terminal crimped on it, and I think when I was pulling it back out I actually broke the HT wire on the inside, so this one will have to be a short one. I'll have to cut it down and use it on one of the shorter lengths, but this is still going to be too short to go to my number 1 plug. Number 2 will be alright, I'll show you why. Okay, so just put that on there on number 1. Click. Now when we take it over there to where I want it to go, I don't know if you can kind of see, but she just doesn't really reach quite far enough. She's probably going to be about 2 inches short. All the others will be fine. So whereas number 2 over here, if you look down there, that plug angles back, whereas on number 1 it's angling forward. So click that on there. So that gives me heaps more to get into there, if you know what I mean. So I don't know whether I'd run the wires, whether I'd run them down low like that or what, but old number 1 is just a tad on the short side. But that's not going to stop me doing this. I'll just have to buy one longer blue plug lead if I can. A universal type deal. If I have to, I'll re-crimp it, redo-hickey it. All the ones I put in the truck, they were all red. Oh, they're black, the new ones. I think the old ones were red on the truck. I don't know, I'll carry on with this plan and see if I can find a single blue, I think they're 8.5mm, 8mm HT lead. Pain in the ass, but it is what it is. The only other option is mount the coils up on top, but it would be simpler. I got the bracketry for it. I didn't actually get the bracketry with this engine, but a mate of mine who kind of collects LS engines, he had, how did they go on there? He had a couple of brackets laying around, so I could actually put them back on there and then make some kind of coil covers to hide that. Hey guys, so I've been doing some pondering as to what to do about these coil placement things, right? So, and yes, I'm short one HT lead by about 2 inches, so not much. It would be kind of neater if I could get them up under there, but I'm second guessing that decision now. I'm thinking I might just put them back on top in the stock location, because I am going to do some kind of cover, you know, like rocker cover of some sorts, something to cover up those ugly rocker covers. So I might as well cover up the ugly coils, have them accessible, you know, easy to get to sort of thing, right on top rather than up underneath the car. Way back when I bought that coil relocation kit, I was all dead set on, you know, having them hidden away and all that kind of stuff. I don't really know why, I just didn't like the look of them basically, which I still don't, and I know there's potentially going to be an issue with my fuel line, but there's something else in the works that I'll get to in a couple of weeks. I'll show you what's going on with that. Waiting on some parts, and so I might just put those coils back up there. It just means I'm not running extension cables and things like that going to them either, and then I can just have nice short plug leads, easy to get to, easier to service, if you know what I mean. Yeah, and take a bit getting used to seeing the engine with those on top, but I think it's the way to go. I've been rummaging through and I've sort of bolted up one lot of coils onto a bracket, and it means I can go with the short style HT leads. These are my coil leads. These are aftermarket ones. I think I showed them in a previous video because I only had one set of original ones. I don't like the way these are kind of bundled, so I may pull all this kind of crap off and re-harness them. I'll have to relabel them so I know which is which. That's 4 or 5, 2 or 7, 1 or 8 or 1, 6 and 3. So I'll have to work all that out and make sure I get all the wires going to the right places, otherwise it'll be misfiring and crap all over the place. Yeah, we'll set about doing that, I think. I've got hardware to mount these brackets up on top of the rocker boxes, and yeah, we'll go that way, because I think ultimately it's going to be, I'm not, simpler, but I've been kind of on the fence about it, like, since I came up with the idea of maybe putting them up underneath. I like the idea of them being hidden away, but I also didn't like the idea of bolting through the floor either, if you know what I mean. Like, my floor's all done and painted and stuff like that, and I'd be drilling more holes. High probability I'd get one of the holes in the wrong place, just kind of opening up that floor again to more holes, like I'd be bolting through the floor, and then I'd have like bolt heads and that under the carpet and things like that, kind of weird points, which I think I'll talking myself out of it. So I'll put the rest of the coils on the other bracket, and then we'll have a look at what we're going to do with the wiring harnesses and stuff, because these are, like I said, these are aftermarket harnesses that I bought because I only had one factory one when I got that motor. I don't know why, but I mean, yeah, she's a bit crunchy anyway, but it'll probably be alright. But I've got new ones, so I'll chuck them in. Where's that other bracket? Oh, it's over on the bench. Anyway, we'll get onto that. 5, 7. Right, just quick little notes on there, just to remind myself what coil was what. Now these are labelled, these are ambidextrous, so it's either 1 or 8, or 3 and 6, or 2 and 7, or 4 and 5. So this will be my 1, so I'm going to mark them. 1, I'll scratch a 1 in there. There's my 2, 2 is there. Sorry, I don't want 2, I want 3. That one, it's not a tutorial. I want 5, and finally 7. 1, 2, 7. Scribble over it with my white trinograph pencil like that, and then wipe it off. And then I've got my 7, so hopefully I can see it better. That one should be 5, and that one should be 1. Right, so now I can confidently cut all this crap off of here. Yay. There, I might plug these in, and then I can work it out. That goes there. That one is 7. Goes in there. Goes in there. Doesn't want to go in there just yet. It will. And that's 5. And that's 1. Alright. Yes. So Now I can remove all this crap. Okay, so now I can just loom all this up and make it look a little bit nicer than that big ugly plastic conduit stuff. A little bit more pliable too, actually. Means I can get the harness under the coil bracket. Oh, forgot to mention too, the other reason why I didn't just go and buy one lead, so I couldn't find anywhere that would sell one lead. There's lots of sets, you can get full sets of leads, but yeah, I couldn't find anything that, you know, you could just buy one, you know, unterminated bit of stuff, you know. Just wondering what's going on for a minute there. So where's my 7 at? 7, plug all these in. That should be 3, and that's 1, so that should be 3. 3 is a little bit not really that recognizable as a 3. My scratching wasn't too flash. And 1, a bit bloody short. That's better. Fiori. Right, got some cable ties around here somewhere. There is some like little factory clips woven into the harness, but I didn't bother trying to. I only had enough to do one side anyway, so I might as well just do zip ties on both sides. You know what I'm saying? And that's that. Trim the excess off, and that's my coil harness tidied up. So double check that 7, 5, 3, and 1. Plugged in. Right, go and bolt that on. Right. How much will that interfere with that? Can I? Right, yeah, that will go on there. Uh-oh. Let's get one of these started to hold it. Okay, so that's my coils bolted up. Now I've got to shorten all my leads and make all my HT leads. Clear away some stuff, so I can set about doing that. Do I film that? Because I mean, honestly, it's a bit of a shit fight. Set about working out my sizing, which I have got one of the old ones, the original OEM style. Again, I didn't have everything, I only had 4 of them. Is that one there? Yeah, so that's an original one with the metal heat shield and stuff on it. We won't be using that. Actually I can dig out these ugly bloody things here, these ones here, and see how they work. Because putting those on just to protect the silicone from the exhaust manifolds. The factory did it for a reason. Some people don't run these, but I just sort of feel I probably should, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I'll get my measure pretty much from those, I think. Take some of the guesswork out of it, and then set about making up my leads. I might go and have me a little coffee and a little chill for a minute there, sort of have a breather, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I'll be back in a bit. Now, that's them all cut down. I should also mention that if I had decided ages ago just to leave the coils where they were, which is what I am now doing, I would have just bought replacement LS HT leads. I wouldn't have bought these not universal but like over length ones. I would have just gone the simple route. This little thingy bob that comes with this particular kit's quite cool because it's got a little doodad on here for not that size, for cutting the sheathing off. Just put it through there, run it around, and Bob's your auntie, like that. So there's a variety of different holes, obviously for sort of 8mm, 8.5, or 7mm, 7.5 type of thing. Not quite sure which is which though. I didn't actually realise this was in this kit until I opened it up properly and had a proper look and had a vague idea of what I was looking at by then too. So right, so that's them all stripped back. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, crimple these on and set about putting the boots on. Should I? Yeah. Okay, so that's them all crimped. Use a little bit of dish soap on these and see if I have an easier job of what I had earlier today. My rag. Here we go again. Okay, this might take a while, so we'll check back in when I've got these done. I think it's just a case of brute strength and ignorancing it. I actually just did notice that it sent their own little greasy product to use on these, so I could give that a try as well. Actually, I'll do that. Problem is, you grease it all and stuff, and then it's all slippy and you can't hold on to it. See? Okay, so update. There's a fly hanging around in here, but I got 4 done. Man, it's taken me so long to do these, and it's I've tried all sorts of tricks and lubricants and things like that. My hands are killing me from trying to push them through. Yeah. Lie. I'll just carry on, and I'll get back in touch when in like 2026 when I've finally finished doing these. Yeah. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with these stupid elbows on these stupid bloody boots. I'm cutting them off because this is where it gets hung up. Even when you get the fitting past the corner, it just still binds up on there. I don't know how they do these, like in the factory, whether they injection mold them around the fittings and the line and everything. But that's an OEM one, so it hasn't got a little 45-degree bloody thing on it. So I'm just gonna make them like this. I've gone and cut them off. All the other ones, they'll be fine. They've still got a tight bloody seal on them, and yeah, they're just gonna be fine. All right, I've just had enough. Absolutely fed up. I've been at this, it's now nearly 3 o'clock. I have been at this, putting these stupid things on for some ungodly amount of hours. I barely feel my fingers anymore. My hands are cramping up something fierce. And I don't want to be doing it anymore. And so when you just cut those little elbows off, they just go on like that, brilliantly. Not too far even. All that pain and suffering. I thought about doing this a little earlier, and I thought, no, don't go chopping them up. It's butchery. But at this point, I really don't care if it's butchery or not. I can hardly even hang on to the freaking things. Come on. Good gracious. Can't do nothing but complain. Now, in the time I've sat here complaining, I've just about completed this, the last 3. The final straw came when I broke the clip off one of them. Well, not broke it, pulled the fitting off, passed it through the install, and that just was enough. I had just had enough. Done. I'm done. Oh, now I've got a huge mess of all these different tools that I've tried to clean up. And then I can go and put those plug leads on. Alright, let's investigate these things. How do they work? Which way up do they go? I don't know, might have to investigate that. Okay, so did some investigating. Here, the buffy end goes at the top. If I can get it through this thing here. Oh, I'm over these bloody plug wires and stuff. Tell ya, like that. Okay, so I've got to do that 8 more times. Okay. Like a little wire ring inside them. There you go. Who would have thought it, eh? Like, shortening some aftermarket plug leads would have been such an ordeal. I'll probably wreck these now. Far out. This is so frustrating. Anyway, I'll get the rest of those done, the other 5 done, so I won't feel myself like crying and getting frustrated and having a little paddy and stuff, and then we'll put them on, alright? Yeah, something like that. Alright, so got all those heat shieldy boot things on. Where's that other plug gone? There it is. And learnt some new lessons. It goes pop like that. And that one. So that's those 4. Just got to do the other 4 now. What lessons did I learn on those? My boots had a sort of oval sort of shaped boot on them, and these are set up for like a round, much smaller thing, so I had to get some pliers and just kind of open them up. They're probably going to fray and do all sorts of horrible stuff now, but it is what it is. I wish that bird would shut up. Ring. Here we go. Yeah, that's on there. Didn't want to come off, so it must be on there. Alrighty, so that's all of those in there, and clicked in. I noticed that these took a little bit more clicking in than I first thought, but they're in there now. Yeah, wow. What a mission that was. That whole little task of just mounting up the coils has taken me, again, another better part of the day, and most of it was just trying to get the boots on those bloody leads. You know, I'd rather just be cutting up some metal and welding it together, to be honest. Things like that fight you. It's painful. I don't even know what else to say. I'm sort of out of... I had a plan today. I tell you, like, I had a plan this morning when I got up. I thought, this is what I'm going to do. And it'll be snip, 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 away we go, drill, bolt, things done. The plan didn't pan out the way it was supposed to. So, but it's done now. So I'm pretty happy with that. But I am, like I say, I am going to make some sort of rocker covers to tidy up those coils on top. I don't know what yet. I know you can get some aftermarket stuff like coil cover sort of LS stuff that's all made to fit. I'll maybe look at that sort of thing. That's where I would like to put some of the body colour into the engine bay with some rocker cover stuff. And yeah, we'll ponder that. I've got some ideas, but I'll have to have a look around, see if something good is available, or may look at fabricating something up myself and see what we can come up with. But yeah, I don't know what's next. That was my plan. I do have another little thing to do with the old number plate bracket, some changes to make, so maybe we'll look at doing that next. Hey guys, well, that's where we're going to leave this video on making coil wires and mounting the coils on the Area 51. Kicked my ass. Honestly, that was such a chore. And I was just sitting here editing it at work, you know, doing work stuff, and I sort of thought, that'll do. The next video is going to be on the number plate surrounds, so that's going to be a little bit different. Not really connected to coil wires and coils, so we'll do something a bit different. Thanks heaps for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, and after that shit show you still want to watch some more, then hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications bell if you want to get notified. Like, share, comment, let us know your experiences with putting together
plug leads like that. If you've got a like 100% solid trick I'm trying to get around that, 45 degrees sort of elbow, let us know down in the comments. And yeah, that's it for now. Till next time, take it easy and peace.